Hello, this is Marcia from Bugmark Creations. How are you all today? So I got some interesting news, some bad news, but good news. So, the project, the Mountain Build project is on hold for the moment. I am not going to be paying attention to it right now, due to the fact that the city that I'm in, which is Kelowna, BC, is under a state of emergency due to the wildfires that are very, very close, including in my city. So the fire started on the West Bank side, in McDougall Creek, and Thursday the wind picked up and it spread very, very fast. It started at 64 kilometers or 64 hectares, and now it is over 6,000 hectares in 2 days. It went super fast. There's quite a bit of loss. Structural loss actually happened on Friday, is when the first house actually was destroyed, and it just kind of went from there. It got so big and it's so violent that people are unable to escape the normal routes. They have to take a different route. But there has been no personal losses, like no human losses. There has, however, been quite a lot of structural loss, and a few animals have perished. A lot have been just released, like the horses and some cattle have been just released because they can't take their animals with them. Animals are pretty smart. They can find their way because they do resort back to their natural self, which is fight and fight, and obviously a fire they're gonna run. It did get very, very scary on Friday because around, I'd say 10 o'clock on Friday, possibly Thursday, the fire actually jumped our lake. In the area where it jumped, which is called Trader's Cove, the lake itself is approximately 2.5 kilometers wide, which I think is about a mile and a quarter. So it's a pretty substantial way for sparks and embers to come across, which is, it's very rare, but it did happen. So we had a few embers come over. Some people were watching the fire from the safety of the Kelowna side when the fire actually started, and it started out pretty small. People were, kind of scattering. The people that were just watching, they ran to escape. The people that lived in the area, they tried to stop it, before the fire department could actually get there. When the firefighters showed up, it was too big for just one or two crews. They actually had to call in quite a few crews, and now it is a category or rank 3 fire. It has been downgraded today due to milder weather to a rank 2, but it spread through the Glenmore region extremely fast, like so fast that it reached the city dump, and there's been a few more embers come over and start a couple more fires. Altogether, there was probably 9 small fires. Most of them were able to get snuffed out by people being proactive and using their sprinklers and hoses to get rid of them. But we now have 3 fires on the Kelowna side and 2 fires on the west side. The 2 fires on the west side are probably going to be joined pretty soon because there is a mild wind, and the way that the mountain ranges go, they will connect at some point today and become an even bigger inferno. So I am going to be abandoning this, as, like I said, with this fire, almost the entirety of Kelowna, West Kelowna, is in a state of emergency. We are all treating it as a evacuation warnings, but not alerts. There are a few that are in alert and quite a few communities that are in orders. And we have about 6 or 7 that are in mandate orders, which means that they have no choice. They have to get out, or risk, you know, perishing. So we've had quite a lot of structure loss, and animal loss on both sides of the lake. It's crazy. It's moving towards other communities outside of the Kelowna area. It's really close to our airport. The airport was closed down for 2 days. It's now reopened because of the downgrade, but it's very scary because we had no way out. And with a lot of people in our community that don't live here, that are just here visiting, they're kind of trapped. They had no way of getting out. They have no way of finding refuge besides from strangers. And our community has come together quite a lot to house these people. There are people, however, that are still wanting to come into Kelowna because it's a beautiful city. They want to come here on holidays. And it's ridiculous, honestly. If you know that there's a big fire that is threatening the community, why bother coming here? Just stay home. Just stay out of our region, honestly. Just stay away. It's hard enough for the people who live here to stay put. Like, everybody has a plan. I have a plan in place, and that's why I am abandoning this project for right now, is because I want my family and my animals to be safe. We have our vehicle packed with things that don't need to be in the house, but we do need them in case we do have to evacuate. I have my animals' crates, their food, their beds, all that kind of stuff that we will need, just little stuff, plus my bags and my husband's bags. We have all that in place, so if we do have to run, we could just grab them, throw them in, hook up the trailer, and leave. I do have bags for my sister's cats because we're taking care of them because they're out of the town. So we do have a structure available and ready. And that's all I have to really say is, guys, if you have a fire or some really bad environmental event where you have to run and you have no choice but to run, just keep an eye on your news, keep an eye on your neighbors, just keep an eye out, keep your ears out, and just make sure you know what is going on in your community. Make sure you know what your escape routes are. Have a secondary escape route in case your first one is not going to work. By all means, if you want to escape faster and just get out before anything, do it. Honestly, just do it. There's no harm in it. Make sure you have not just your routes, but know what you need to pack. Have your first aid kit. Have a few things that people don't think about, like collars and leashes and a kennel packed full of your cats or dogs or guinea pigs, whatever your animals are. Have their crate packed full of stuff that they are going to need. And then you could always just pick your animals up in a smaller little thing and just put them in their kennel afterwards once you get to where you got to go. Because oftentimes people have certain things and they forget about, oh, my pet. Oh, that's okay, I could just pick them up. Well, animals are scary. They will run. So have something in place so you know what's going to happen. Yeah, so I am safe for the time being. A few of my friends, unfortunately, had to abandon their homes. We are going to be housing 1 or 2 people in our home. If things get really, really bad. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that we are safe. I am safe. There has been no human lives lost. And the whole community is pulling together. So everybody just be safe. And I hope you all understand that I will be back with finishing this project. Just right now, the situation calls for my attention much more than a project. Thank you all. Have a great day. Stay safe. And we'll talk to you later. I will keep you updated. Bye.